Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. The Majors Live episode, what are we at? 308 here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. I'm Adam Hernandez. We've got a full house tonight. Everybody's here. We've got Shawn, we've got Dorf. We're back on Monday nights, which I didn't get to say this on the last show, but I am so glad that we're actually back doing this Monday night.
To be honest, the funny that I am too. Really, I am.
And you know what? I want to thank you guys because that move was made for me to allow me to take an overload schedule in my last semester of college. And thank you guys for being flexible for that.
You're welcome.
And it's finally over.
Sorry.
Shut up, assholes. But I love you too, guys.
But yeah, I am so glad that we're back. It just I think this fits better because I don't know, it's the beginning of the week. You know, we kind of recap stuff on the weekend, and you know, we're not having to deal with like weekend stuff while the show.
Shawn's not always gone.
I know. I do like to travel up north quite a bit. So
Yes, your family is from a little bit of ways from here.
Yeah.
So. Whereas Adam and I still live within very close proximity to our parents. So
yeah, my parents live like 3.5 hours away on a good drive.
But anyways,
Yeah,
welcome.
It's all good. I'm happy.
Well, I'm glad everybody's happy.
Yes.
Anyways, welcome everybody. First show of the new year. We've got some good New Year's stuff to get to. Kind of take a look at the at what's going to kind of transpire here the rest of the for the entire year, the entirety of the year. If you went back and you listened to some of the Motor City Uncut stuff, go ahead and listen to it. Even if you're not a Detroit fan, there's some fun stuff in there. We talk about Star Wars
for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, we won't talk about Star Wars
on this podcast.
Or
can we?
No, seriously, we did 20 minutes on Star Wars.
I think it was more than 20 minutes.
It was about 20 minutes.
Hey, it's okay. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
But
is it okay, boss, that we did 20 minutes of Star Wars?
Dude, I helped direct that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely okay.
I wouldn't call it directing. You hijacked my show.
Yeah, sorry about that. But anyways, tonight we have to get into this. We have to get to this Wickersham Patriots article because I know a lot of people out there don't like it. Now I know a lot of people out there think it's it's a hit piece, but I thought that there were some good points to be taken out of it, and some points that I think that the Patriots kind of need to answer for. But we'll go ahead and we'll touch on that. Fan question tonight: who was worse, the 2008 Detroit Lions or the 2017 Cleveland Browns? I don't know if any of you guys saw it or not. The Cleveland Browns perfect season parade.
Yeah.
It was the Shawn. You were just in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
you're in Cleveland today.
Yeah.
You're in Cleveland today. If only you were there. Because when did they do it? They did it on Saturday, right?
Yeah. How was the mistake by the lake?
It's a mistake, by the way. That's all I gotta say is a mistake.
Cleveland in the middle of winter.
Yeah, it's.
God, if I wish you were there for that though.
If I was there for that, would have been the best thing.
Shawn
ever.
live streaming from.
I would have live streamed for us.
Would you have taken an extended break from work and be like, "Hang on, guys, I gotta go down to downtown for an hour"?
Yeah, if my
boss would have let you.
Yeah, if he would have let me, I totally would. He probably would have came with me, to be honest.
Oh, sweet, can't miss this.
He would have, to be honest. I'd be like, everybody go do some work. We're gonna be gone for a couple hours.
I loved the floats though and everything that they had.
My gosh,
they were it was so great.
What about the old car dragging the extended jersey of all the different quarterbacks?
I saw that too. That was great. That was great.
You see LeBron James put out a statement, not a statement, but he was asked by reporters what he thought about it, and he was like, don't blame him, man.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Cleveland players were pissed off about it. The Browns players.
Well, you guys are the ones who lost 16 games.
Well, you know what always troubled me about something like that is a lot of those players haven't been there for obviously as long as
none of them have.
No, none of them have. I understand.
And your longest tenured guy is George Thomas, and he's anything but
Exactly.
He made 11,000 straight snaps at the Factory of Sadness or whatever they called it.
Yeah, and I always hate when players get on fans over something like, because obviously we know how Cleveland fans feel. We're all Detroit Lions fans sitting at this table, so of course we know how they feel.
Welcome to the miserable club, you bastards.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't feel bad for him or anything like that. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
we're not alone anymore.
Yeah,
High
that's
five.
right, yeah.
High five.
So, anyways, we're going to get to that in just a little bit. The big three today, though, or tonight, Matt Nagy hired as the new Bears head coach. I'm
Didn't
going to
know who that was till this afternoon.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I saw this one coming. I thought that they were either going to go with Matt Nagy or I thought they were going to go with Pat Shermer, OC for Minnesota. I thought, they want to get an offensive guy in there. They want to get somebody to kind of focus somewhat on Matt Trubinsky, and I think they got a guy. Or Mitch Trubinsky. Yep, sorry about that. Not that he's going to be...
Not that it matters.
Yeah, not that it matters or anybody's going to know about him in 5 years anyway, so... Sorry. Is it too soon?
Who is this guy again?
Huh?
Mitch Trubinsky?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Good question. Only the number 1 overall pick from last draft.
He's like, what's his name? He played at Notre Dame and then he played for the Panthers.
Brady Quinn? Oh, wait, no.
Panthers.
What's his name?
Position?
QB. My mind's blank right now.
He played for Notre Dame and then he went...
Jimmy Clausen?
Yeah, Jimmy Clausen.
Oh, Jimmy Clausen.
He wasn't drafted by the Panthers, though, was he?
I thought he was. Or what? I'm pretty sure he was.
Was he drafted by the Panthers?
I think he might have been.
I'm pretty sure that's what I'm
Because
saying.
he ended up starting a couple games for the Bears last year.
Yeah.
God, Jimmy Clausen. Shit.
That's who he is to me.
I mean, look at like the greatest like golden darlings. Like, oh my god, this guy could start in the NFL right now as an 18-year-old high schooler. Jimmy Clausen, Brady Quinn, Matt Barkley. Look what their pro careers amounted to.
Oh, geez.
Nothing. Brady Quinn's got a pretty good broadcasting career.
Yeah. He's not doing a bad job. I'll give him that.
No, he's got a pretty good broadcasting career. I don't think Jimmy Clausen has the face to be in TV broadcasting.
He's a radio guy all the way.
He's the face of radio. Yeah. Just like us.
Yay!
Except I'm on camera right now. Shit.
Matt Barkley. I don't know what he looks like. Whatever, though.
Yeah.
The MLBPA is meeting this week to discuss adding a pitch clock to and limited mound visits in 2018. I really don't like any of these, to tell you the truth.
Pitch clock I don't have a problem with. Guys, you know what? I get the whole idea, especially with runners on base. Hurry the fuck up. None of this, hat ball glove routine off the back of the mound. Think about it, step up on the mound, and then get your sign. Fucking get the ball and get back up there. I get it, but limiting mound visits fundamentally changes the game. Whereas a pitch clock, I don't think would. And here's the problem. With all these attempts at speeding things up, none of them work. And the people you're trying to appease, you're not going to be able to speed it up enough to make it work anyway.
So what are you going to say?
So stop fucking around with the game.
So I want to know, like, if with them,
you're not going to be able to cut the game to 90 minutes.
Right, exactly. So say if you have the pitch clock at 25 seconds. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Minor league one is 20, I believe.
So I'm just saying. So what happens if you succeed that 25 seconds? Does the runner get to go a ball and the guy
ball is awarded?
So that's so dumb to me. I would just stand there for like 4 minutes and be like,
it's the easiest way to intentional walk a guy. Just hang out for a minute and a half.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I gotta do. I'm like, just rest yourself.
Well, they don't have to do anything now. It's the
just put them on.
Managers has to show the 4 fingers and that's it. I don't think they need to do any of this.
No, they don't.
Like I know we can dive into this deeper at another time, but you're not going to cut that much time off. What you need to get, if you want to track the young millennial male brain, you need to get it down to 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. You ain't getting it down to 90 minutes.
That's physically impossible.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you are either.
No. So after this, the pitch clock...
You're going to have to go to a 6-inning game.
So after this, are they going to do it where like mound visits can only be 5 seconds?
Here, I have a different theory. What about this? This is entirely radical. It's bullshit. I don't endorse this. 6-inning games, every day is a doubleheader, 30-man roster.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like that.
Cool.
Because you do that, then you're going to have to like play...
Oh, yeah.
You play like 300 games.
Exactly. And every record you ever made is thrown out, and it's an entirely different ball game. But it's like, 8-man football.
No.
If they play with the small high schools.
No, that's just too much. I think that would just destroy your.
Oh,
fan base.
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, go on, Em.
Sorry. National championship game is tonight. Did that start yet?
Yeah, it's actually the beginning of the second quarter right now on 0-0.
0-0. Okay, so we can still make a bet, or we can still place our predictions then. Alabama, Georgia. Dorf, go.
Brain says Alabama, heart says Georgia, and I'm going to let my heart win here.
Are we saying
Go Georgia!
Are we just say winner?
Go Dogs!
Just winner.
Okay, I'm going Georgia.
I'm going
Go
Alabama.
Dogs!
Going Alabama.
I really want Georgia to win just so that all the Alabama fair weather.
Well, didn't Georgia
Bandwagon
beat Alabama at
BS.
the beginning of the year? Wasn't it like?
Did
They
they?
haven't played.
I thought they
They
played.
did not
yeah.
play this year.
They didn't?
No, I don't think they did.
I thought Georgia beat Alabama.
No. Alabama's one loss was into
Was it?
Auburn.
Auburn.
Was it Auburn? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Georgia lost once, and it was to Auburn as well.
Yeah.
And they beat Auburn, too.
And they also beat Auburn again the second time.
Yes.
They haven't played.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just looking at the schedule right now.
Okay. I don't want Alabama to win.
I want Alabama to lose.
I'll just preface
badly.
with that. I just think
Well,
that
that's
they
what I
are
said.
going to
There's
win.
the heart and the brain. The
Yeah.
brain says
So you're going
never
with
pick against Nick Saban, especially without a point spread. Never pick against Nick Saban, and I just did.
And Nick Saban's not going to lose 2 national championships.
Mark Richt, please don't embarrass me.
Anyways, though,
Wait,
let's
Mark Richt isn't there anymore. Who the fuck am I kidding? He's Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart. Remember Kirby's Dreamland, Sean?
What?
Remember Kirby's Dreamland? The video game?
Yes. Wow.
I don't.
That's like pulling out old school right there.
Yeah.
That's really old.
Wow.
What's that? Is that the SNES?
I think
Dreamcast?
it was on SNES. Yeah. I think it was a big Game Boy game too.
Yeah, I remember used to play it on Game Boy.
Yeah.
Was it your Game Boy Colors?
Did you have a Game Boy Color?
I did have.
I
Game
do
Boy.
have a
That was
Game
my
Boy Color
first
still.
video game system of any kind. Was
And
a
I
Game
play
Boy Color.
Zelda
Really?
all the time, and I have Pokemon too.
Dude,
And I have
Pokemon.
Madden Black. I have Rampage.
Rampage was a good game.
I have Madden 2001.
So did I, man.
Yeah.
For Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Played the shit out of that game. Oakland Raiders.
Yep. And I
Because
got
they had a tight end with a 13 speed.
I have that. I have my NES hooked up. I have my Sega hooked up, or 64 hooked up.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, and I have my PS1 hooked up.
Oh, nice. PS1 was kind of garbage.
I don't care. I still have it hooked up. I play Cool
Dude, I played
Borders.
so much Gran
I play-
Turismo on the PS1.
I play Cool Borders and Crash Bandicoot.
You know what my favorite PS1 game
They're
was?
remaking Crash Bandicoot. by
They
the way.
Are they?
did.
They did?
Yeah, I already did.
I know that.
I love Twisted Metal for PS1.
Yes. I've actually been looking for that. I'm trying to find that.
Oh, yeah.
Because my girlfriend's been trying to bug me. to
Warthog
find
and
it.
Spectre were my 2 favorites.
I play Battletoads on the NES all the time.
Yeah, I'm just a big Battletoads guy. You know what I was a big fan of on the NES?
What's that?
Double Dragon 2.
Nice.
Double Dragon 2 was a
See,
See,
quality
this all
game.
predates me, man.
I see. I'm a big Contra fan and Castlevania.
Contra's good.
I love Contra.
Never got into Castlevania. Dorf, just go download an emulator and play yourself some Double Dragon
Some
2.
Dig Dug too.
Yeah. It's
I've actually played the Dig Dug emulator. I know what that is.
it's Double Dragon 2 is a
And
fun
RBI
game.
baseball. You have Mark McGuire hit home run through the wall all the time. That's the glitch. Only for Mark McGuire. It is. It's funny.
All
no,
right.
and my first baseball game was actually Triple Play Baseball. Back that was like the first edition of it. Came out in 2000 for the computer.
Oh, really?
I was the Chicago Cubs because like pitching stamina wasn't a thing yet, and I just had Kyle Farnsworth pitch every inning of every game. Sammy Sosa hit like a home run every other at bat. And Kerry Wood. It was Kyle Farnsworth and Kerry Wood.
My
That's all
first
I
baseball
used.
game was baseball for Nintendo. It was the shit. Have you ever played baseball for Nintendo? Because baseball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Like
gotta,
the old.
I
Yeah.
gotta take that back. It was not my first baseball game. It would be backyard baseball, the OG.
Do you
remember that
remember
one.
for NES? I can't remember the game. It was like you were robots and you were playing baseball.
I do remember that
What is
one.
that game called?
Was it like Base Wars or something like
Yeah,
that?
that was so weird.
It was weird. I wasn't a fan.
No.
Baseball. Then my first afterwards, I had World Series baseball, which was really fun for
Yep.
Sega Genesis.
Yep.
Phew. Anyways,
Dorf's like, I don't even know what those are.
The Majors Nostalgia Hour.
I could go on about this.
I
One
know.
of the biggest.
I mean, we had a 20-minute Star Wars rant in our last podcast.
That's fine. We can go. One other thing. One of the biggest mistakes, video game sports, was EA not carrying on their baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because what was it? It was
Well, I know they can't do NCAA basketball either because no one bought it. But god damn it!
I know.
what was it? What was the baseball one?
It's EA Sports
triple play MVP.
MVP baseball.
MVP, yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
The last one they made was, I think, 2010.
Didn't they
Randy Johnson
wasn't Mo Vaughn on one of those?
I don't know if Mo Vaughn. I thought Manny Ramirez was on the last one.
Check on my cord.
Yeah,
that's
that one.
it.
There we go.
Okay. Well, quit kicking it with your foot. No,
I'm trying not to.
No, I think Manny Ramirez was on the cover of the last one.
Was he? I had that one.
And it
was such a
it's MVP baseball, right?
MVP baseball. Such a good baseball game.
I'll tell you what, man. The show does a really nice job.
No, the show does a good job. You know what the show?
You know what the stupid bullshit part is now? It drives me up a wall. I have an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
There is no baseball game for the
No,
Xbox
there isn't.
One.
Serious?
I have one.
There hasn't been one. An Xbox.
Yeah, there
Since
hasn't.
14.
Mm-hmm.
14 was the last time.
I think
an
I
Xbox
bought
One
a
baseball
play. I think
game.
I bought my PlayStation 2 just so I can go and play.
Well, they
MLB The Show.
until the 360, the show was both systems. So the original Xbox and PS2, the show came on both.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
I still like PlayStation.
because that was
better.
before Sony bought the studio that was making it.
Okay.
It made it an exclusive.
No, but you're right though. It is a good. The show is a good game. It is a very, very quality game. A viable replacement for MVP baseball because the 2K.
They did run concurrently for a little
MVP
bit.
baseball was only around from 2003 to 2007.
Such a good game though.
Yeah,
Such a good game. The 2K game sucked. You know what? The 2K.
they just got reskinned every year. They never did anything.
The 2K games
But
sucked.
I still was a sucker and bought every last one of them until they stopped making them.
They all sucked too. Every single
I know.
sport. The football one sucked. Hockey one sucked. Baseball sucked.
Basketball's alright.
And then play the basketball one.
Yeah, 2K basketball. That's very obvious what they spent all their investment. And
They're
all their
not. They
resources
don't
on.
make any of them anymore though.
They make basketball.
Though they still make basketball. Okay.
That's pretty much all 2K does. Or 2K Interactive. That's all they make is basketball.
All they know is they suck. I remember I took a year off of EA Sports Hockey.
Well, EA has the market and everything but basketball. 2K is the
they used to
premium
have basketball too.
They still do. They didn't have it and then they brought it back. I don't know if they made the most recent one. NBA Live.
NBA Live, yep. I had the 94 one.
Because I have 16, because I have the EA Origin Pass or whatever. I downloaded Live 16 for free. So
This is actually kind of funny stat for those. For the MVP baseballs, on the covers were Randy Johnson, Miguel Tejada, Albert Pujols, Manny Ramirez, and it says right here, it says only 2 of those people have won MVP awards for the season, but then the other 2 have been MVP for the World Series besides Randy Johnson, who was a Cy Young Award winner.
So it's the opposite of the Madden curse.
Tejada, Pujols are the only ones that were for most valuable player, and then Manny Ramirez and Randy Johnson have the MVP World Series.
Wow.
Interesting.
I know. I was like, oh.
Anyways, moving along here. The Wickersham article was something that obviously made
Made me laugh out loud.
You know what? I can't say that I was laughing or anything like that. But look, the thing that was, it's not outlandish in the sense that, look, these 3 have been together for a long time now. I don't think it's not out of the realm of possibility that they're going to get pissed off with each other.
Well, and
they're gonna get tired of each other.
If you look at like the Boston Herald's insiders or whatever, like nothing new. Relationship has always been this contentious. That's what makes them great.
And that's
nothing to see her move along.
And that's the thing is people either thought that oh wow, this is great palace intrigue here. Other people thought that this is nothing but a hit piece, and then there was and then there was other people saying that this is what we've known forever. This is what has been going on for years now with this team. But it doesn't matter what you think of it. There's still some interesting things to go along with here that makes you ask some very valid questions. I'm going to go over 3 of them. One of them, maybe not so much, maybe is kind of playing conspiracy theorist here a little bit. But the other 2 are questions here that you really have to be looking at. Maybe not so much, not this year, maybe not even next year, but you have to be frank here with the situation right now. And I know it hurts for Patriots fans, but Tom Brady isn't going to last forever. And at some point,
Right.
Tom Brady will not be playing football
And
anymore.
that's going to happen very soon.
However, I'm going to start off with the first one here. Are the Patriots too good for their own good? Because the Patriots right now have set up a they've set up a situation for themselves that where Bill Belichick, and this is in the very beginning of the article, that they've set up a culture for themselves where obviously failure is not an option. And it seems like they keep on trying to outdo themselves year in and year out. Because right now they're doing it. They're still doing it. When you have a 40-year-old quarterback going out there and possibly being an MVP in the league, when you're able to overcome what you were able to do last year in the Super Bowl, overcoming that deficit to come back and win the Super Bowl in overtime, every year you are almost outdoing yourself.
And by the way, you lost your number one receiver in training camp this year, and you still had the best offense.
Exactly. Are the Patriots too good for their own good? Because if they are, this is going to make the rebuild that much harder for Patriots fans going forward, and the Patriots as an organization. Are they going to be guys that aren't going to know what to do with themselves once it does end for them?
Okay, two things. No such thing as too good for your own good.
Okay.
I contend with that. And secondly, nobody's going to care about a rebuild once the fan base realizes that, okay, it's time, because they've got so much bling they don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter. And there's no such thing as too... Shucks, we've been the top of this sport for the better part of a decade and a half. Damn.
I know, right?
Okay, well let's look at it like this then, Dorf. Because that's what I got from the beginning of this article. And this is gonna be I'm gonna name off a team that you are pretty familiar with.
Sure.
The Detroit Red Wings.
Yep.
And maybe that's where this was going with all of that, with it too good for your own good. Maybe it's, are you too good to learn when to let go? Do you see what I'm saying here?
I see what you're saying there. However, I'm going to counter with this major difference. The Red Wings peaked and never figured out how to build a juggernaut again during the salary cap era. All their damage occurred in a pre-salary cap era.
Okay.
And that paradigm shift, I think, kind of excludes them from being an equal comparison.
But they still won a Stanley Cup in the salary cap era.
They did. However,
and they went to 2 Stanley Cups in the salary cap era.
Correct. But guess what? They've held on for almost a decade now. Held on trying to do it the same way. Not modernizing their theories on roster construction, organizational depth building, and scouting. They haven't changed a damn thing, and know what it's done for them? Diddly. They've been terrible going on 5 years. They're not, Arizona Coyotes bad, but they've been awful for going on 5 years. And you know what? It comes down to a lot of it. Ownership was unwilling when the formula stopped working, and it was very abundantly obvious that the power brokers in the organization were unwilling to modernize, change, or adapt the way they did business. Ownership didn't have the brass balls to step in and make a move. Why? We'll never know. The old man died. But at this point now, they're floundering and have been floundering for going on 6 years. So I don't think that the Patriots very well could melt down and flounder and allow a 44-year-old Tom Brady to be a bottom third of the league quarterback because they don't have the guts to cut him.
You know what the thing about
not gonna.
Or here's
when you're 40 years
Bill
old.
Belichick will cut his own son.
But when you're when you're 40 years old and still winning MVPs, you're not.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not talking this season.
Right.
But Tom Brady said, I want to play till I'm 45, 46 years old.
Well, guess what?
Whatever he said.
If you're still winning those MVPs.
But if he's not.
I know, if he's not, then
and
yes.
And Robert Kraft doesn't allow. Damn, I did it again.
Come on, Dorf.
Unplug it, plug it back in. Sorry, man.
Hold on, Sean. Go ahead, Dorf.
And he doesn't allow Bill Belichick to cut Tom Brady when the time is right, or move on, or however you want to do it, that's when you'll start sliding into Red Wings territory. Because you know what? Red Wings extended a bunch of guys who sucked or weren't overpaid for a bunch to keep a bunch of talent or not, inferior talent in the organization. They still build their roster like they did all throughout the ages. They haven't modernized their approach. They're all 6'0", $180, and jack of all trades, masters of none. That's what the roster is full of, minus about 2 guys currently. That's the way they've been doing it for. I swear to God, I'm not doing it again. Sorry, Sean.
Whatever, it's fine.
Okay. Just ignore it.
All right. Whereas the Patriots have adapted, and the wheels haven't come off yet. So it's hard to say that. I don't think that's an accurate comparison yet, but it could be very shortly.
Sean, do you have anything you want to add?
No.
Dynamite drop in, Monty.
Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it pays off.
This is right. The Patriots are in uncharted territory. They haven't just won games and titles. They've won an unprecedented rate over an unprecedented span.
About the only title
makes
success you can compare to is the San Antonio Spurs.
Which makes the feelings of entitlement creeping inside Gillette Stadium unprecedented as well. The Patriots, in the only statement anyone associated with the team would make on the record for the story, respond to specific questions by saying that there were several inaccuracies and multiple examples given that absolutely did not occur. Though they declined to go into detail, but according to an interview, they were more than a dozen New England staffers, executive players, and league sources with knowledge of the team's inner workings. Oh, wait a second here. Sorry, I didn't know where I was going with that quote. I thought there was something else that I was reading into there. Never mind.
Paraphrase.
Yeah.
Paraphrase your point.
Well, I'm just kind of moving into the next question here, which I found this the most interesting because heading into this, we knew this article was going to be coming out. We knew Thursday night that ESPN was getting ready to drop this on everybody, and they titled it, or it sounded like this was going to be a Kraft versus Brady versus Belichick type of thing.
Yeah.
That's not what this was at all. This is all about Brady versus Belichick. It wasn't Kraft. Kraft was the guy who was stuck in the middle of all of this.
Trying to hold it all together.
Exactly. Trying to appease both Belichick and Brady at the same time. Now, ultimately, in this, which we'll talk about here in a second, Brady won, according to Wickersham. Brady won because he wanted Jimmy G out. However, we'll get to that, like I said, in a second. What I was getting from this, and I don't know if you did or not, Dorf, I don't know if you did, Sean, but it was weird because it seemed like what Wickersham was pointing at here was that Brady was kind of getting involved in some new age cultish physical therapy.
He's in balls deep.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was getting. That's what it seemed like. What was going
really
on here with that TB12.
Yeah, what really rung home for me was the reported issues with the other Patriots players that getting conflicting injury recovery advice between who am I supposed to listen to?
Exactly.
Brady and like receivers worried that when they had got dinged up in like training camp that if they didn't go seek treatment at TB12. Tom Brady wouldn't trust them, and guess what? Who's not making the team if your quarterback doesn't trust you?
Especially
Tom Brady, who runs the team.
Exactly. A guy in the a receiver, a tight end on the fringe. Mm-hmm. And I forget who it was, but essentially an unnamed Patriots player, that's who it was, injured themselves and was like a shoulder injury and went to TB12 for treatment, and the dude was trying to start working on his legs. He told him to get fucking lost. He only wanted help on his shoulder.
Yeah, yep.
And just, new age therapy, it might work for Tom, but is it woo bullshit, pseudoscience, or is it actually real? Because the dude is his business partner and the guy who runs TB12 for him, the therapist.
Alex Guerrero.
Yeah, that guy. Mm-hmm. I remember his first name was Alex. His medical background is like a online buy a degree Chinese traditional medicine bullshit.
Through a university that doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, Alex Guerrero.
So he has no medical background.
And this is where
this reminds. It's so much of like the bullshit you see running around the internet, whether it's from anti-vaxxers, detox teas, and alternative cancer treatments. It's all horseshit, and that's what this strikes me. But you know what? It may work for Tom Brady, but to say it has broad mass ability to do better things rather than the rough science that you can say sports medicine is turned into. It's not even rough science. It's an art and a science at this point. That it's better than that? Come on. Who are we kidding?
Well, and
one dude in his magic bag.
And this was the crux. This was the meat of this entire article. If you believed it, that Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, this was what was putting the cracks in the organization. This is what was tearing them apart. Ultimately, was Tom Brady wanting Alex Guerrero part of the Patriots organization.
Well, and here, remember, this isn't the first scandal Guerrero's been involved with. Because remember, that season that Tom Brady only took $9 million or whatever as his salary, which was half.
Oh,
of
they
the
donated
average.
it. Was that
no? They hired Guerrero and a firm that to consult in the athletic training department, and Tom Brady was a shareholder in that company, so he was getting paid directly or indirectly compensated by the Patriots through that company. Circumventing the salary cap, and you heard about that, and then nothing happened about it because it was probably one of those. Well, it's not against, it's not in the rules that they can't do that. So shit, they got us. And you never heard of it. So this isn't the first scandal Guerrero's been involved in. And not to mention, I hate to be a Patriots player. You know what? I've got an army of doctors behind me here who've spent collectively 5 decades in school, at least, I'm sure, and 10 decades more of combined professional experience, and I'm going to turn them down for Mr. Wizard and his online bullshit degree. But I risk, jeopardizing my place on this team if I don't.
Yeah. And this is what it all comes down to, because the guy who thinks that the main guy who thinks this is total bullshit is Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick banned this guy from the sidelines. He doesn't want it. It sounds like he doesn't want his players becoming involved in this type of thing, mainly because it goes against everything that Bill Belichick thinks that his football team should be doing when it comes to training. And Brady had the quote in here that, Bill's solution to everything is to lift more weights. And
is that out of context and 3 years old?
It could be, but
was it said in jest?
But this was. It seems like this is the real root of the problem here. Tom Brady likes something. He thinks it works.
Tom, you're an NFL veteran. Most NFL veterans can tell if they want to train their own way. They have enough clout and cachet, especially when they're as good as you are, to tell the team to fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to OTAs. Just do that. Leave everybody else out of it.
Well, and that's the thing here, is how much pull should Tom Brady have in this organization? Should it get to the point where he's telling everybody what type of training regimen they should be undergoing? Nope. What kind of diet they should be,
Even though he has, 7 rings or whatever, he still doesn't have,
Nope. You're not a doctor, Tom.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't have a medicine degree, so guess what?
Neither is Mr. Guerrero.
Your degree is to throw a football across the field, so shut up.
Yeah, you didn't go to U of M to play school.
No.
Right.
And it sounds like perhaps the last straw in all of this was the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. Because it seems like for the first time in Tom Brady's career, while with the Patriots,
he's a genuine threat.
He felt threatened by Jimmy Garoppolo. So much so that not only did it sound like he shut him out of the TB12
facility.
Jimmy Garoppolo was sitting there. It sounds like literally knocking on the door of the training facility there.
And no one was home.
Yeah, no one was answering. And Jimmy G's like, well, hey, what's going on here? I want to get some of this. I want in on some of this therapy. Like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Let me go ahead and check. And then 2 weeks later, he's finally able to get something. And then, oh look, he's traded. Down the road from there. But if you're going to believe the Wickersham stuff, if you're going to believe that there is some real, rifts between Belichick and Tom Brady, Wickersham is alluding to Jimmy G, the Garoppolo trade potentially being the last straw in all of this, because Garoppolo and Brissett were both traded within, a 3-month time span here?
Yes.
And people around the NFL believe that to be crazy, because why are you trading your backup quarterbacks when you have a 40-plus-year-old starter still playing for you? Albeit that starter is Tom Brady, but still, you have to start thinking to the future, and that's what Bill Belichick allegedly was doing. He didn't want to trade Garoppolo. He wanted to keep Garoppolo, and Tom Brady forced his hand. Well, actually, Tom Brady didn't force his hand.
I don't think that's right.
Okay, go ahead.
They've also in this article, they've been trying to extend Garoppolo forever. He's a free man at the end of the year.
Right.
He's currently, until the NFL league year ends, he's a free man.
Mm-hmm.
He can negotiate with whoever the damn well pleases. He'd repeatedly turned down 17 million per annual extensions with performance escalators. 17 million to hold a clipboard. And he said no because he was going to bet on himself that he'd get more on the free agent market, and he wanted to be a starter. He was going to walk without them getting anything. I think that was the timing of him being traded and what little they got for him was directly tied to this fact. The Patriots organization said, "Here's our final extension offer, take it or leave it." Garoppolo's camp said, "No, thank you, I'm good. We're gonna bet on ourselves here, and we're gonna try it in the free agent market." And you know what? As soon as that door was sealed, Belichick now had no leverage. He probably put it out an all-league email or something and said, "Make me an offer, I'm looking to deal." And that was the best he got, was just that single second-round pick from John Lynch and the 49ers, and that's what he got. Because, you know what? If they waited, Jimmy wouldn't have played down the stretch. He wouldn't have played at all, and he was going to walk. I have a tinfoil hat conspiracy here.
Go ahead.
Your source is Brady and Garoppolo's agent. They're the same guy.
Same guy.
Your source on this is him. This is all an attempt to drive up Jimmy G's value in the free agent market in the offseason. Because if you can plant the seed in opposing general managers' minds that, oh my God, they were about to cut Tom Brady to keep this guy, how much more extra money is that going to get his other client?
We'll get some fat pay right there. He's going to make it rain.
Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo is about to go get $23 million a season at least for 4 or 5 years.
So, do you think he was going to stay in San Francisco?
They have a good shot. They have a good shot at keeping him, but you know what? He's got his pick of like 6 or 7 places. Don't be surprised, honestly, if he doesn't end up in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of
Jacksonville,
a lot of places need to.
Giants,
yep. Jets,
maybe Washington,
Denver.
Denver.
Ready. There's teams that are ready to win now.
Arizona. Denver's going to be backing up the Brinks truck too for a quarterback this offseason.
Especially for Arizona, you said think about it. It depends on the quarterback situation. Larry Fitzgerald said he may retire or not. It depends on the quarterback situation.
Well, he did just sign an extension like 3 weeks ago.
Right, I'm just saying.
Here's the other thing. You could have the Arizona do that. And what happens when Kirk Cousins says,
I know, that's why I said Washington.
And goes somewhere else? Redskins could be doing the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Cincinnati.
You know?
Baltimore. I mean, he's going to have his pick of 7, 8, 9 teams.
Potentially, yeah.
You know what? It's between him and Kirk Cousins. They're both going to get $23, $24 million per season on the open market, and there's about 8 suitors.
This came out 2 hours ago. CBS Sports. According to the Cleveland Plain Dealer, the Browns are ready to offer a first-round pick to the Patriots and even contacted them about making a deal for Garoppolo just days before the trade deadline. Apparently, the Browns made the call on October 28th, which was just 2 days before the Patriots shipped Garoppolo to San Francisco. To land Garoppolo, the Browns were ready to offer the first-round pick they received from Houston as part of the Deshaun Watson trade.
It would have been the number 4 overall pick.
Number 4 overall pick. If the Patriots had taken that deal, the Browns would have Garoppolo, and New England would have beholden the 4th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. You could go and get yourself a quarterback.
Or whatever.
That's the thing with all of this too, is like I said, you could say that this article is a bunch of bullshit, and it very well may be. But I think there's some very good. I think that there's points in here that you can't overlook talking about
key points
when you're dealing, especially with a team that has had as much success as New England has had, but have a 40-plus-year-old quarterback. Because yes, Tom Brady is the best. He's the best quarterback to ever play in the NFL. We are beyond that argument right now. But when you're dealing with a 40-plus-year-old quarterback, when you hit the wall,
it's over. It's over and over quick.
You hit the wall.
Yeah.
And there's already been people talking about, Tom Brady's regressions and everything this year. Tom Brady isn't going to be getting any better. Tom Brady next year,
as good as he's ever going to be,
isn't going to be as good as Tom Brady is this year. And
of course, that TB12 is really voodoo magic.
And if he is, it's not going to be because of Tom Brady. It's going to be because of what is going on around him. Yes. And I know some people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Look, you're playing in a very, very physically demanding league. Mm-hmm. You're playing in a league where you are lucky if you're playing
30.
Yes, or even if you're playing beyond 35.
Yeah.
If you're playing beyond 35,
you got to be a kicker or a punter to make it beyond 35, or a long snapper.
Yes. You have to be some kind of
ageless
wonder, physical freak to be playing into your 40s, especially at quarterback. And Tom Brady is the guy to do that because he is the best. But Patriots fans have to, and the organization too, and Belichick probably sees it. They have to have a real come-to-Jesus moment here because it's not going to last.
It sounds like Belichick had that come-to-Jesus moment and was ready to do it. He was ready to make the tough decision, and he got told he couldn't.
It certainly does. And whether or not Belichick... Look, I've heard the rumors. Belichick isn't...
He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere.
He's gonna get buried on that sideline.
Yeah.
But again, I think that this brings up some very real questions for the Patriots, real or not, whether or not there is a rift here, and you know what, there may be. If anything is possible, it's. Like I said, it's not impossible for something like this to happen, but the very, very basis of this is that it brings up points that people need to discuss when you're dealing with a Patriots team that is throwing out a 40-year-old quarterback week in, week out. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Moving along, though. Bitches and badasses. We'll go to our badasses first.
Doing it backwards.
No, we always do. We always do our badasses.
You flip-flops off and on. Yeah.
No, I never flip-flop. Really? No, it's always badasses first.
No.
Okay, Hillary. Never flip-flop.
Where have you guys been?
Obviously not here.
I don't like that.
I love this song. I usually go out to that.
Let's play champ here. Let's champ. There we go. Okay. Badasses. Go ahead, Dorf.
My badass this week. Tennessee Titans, collectively, specifically maybe Marcus Mariota, coming down 18 in the second half of their playoff game against the Chiefs. They're down 21-3, came back to win 22-21. Ugly game, but nonetheless, 18-point come from behind victory in the playoffs is no joke.
Shawn, go ahead.
I'm going to go with Drew Brees. Holding down the Panthers the way he did the other night was just so... He just did it so calmly, especially how the Panthers
precision surgeon.
Right. And the way that Brees and Thomas look so good together is just ridiculous.
And he did it without a running game, too.
Exactly.
He just took that away.
Right.
My badass this week is Dustin Johnson. 8-stroke lead, 8-stroke finish.
What a god at golf.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Dude.
Well, watch out. Dustin Johnson, if he could stay healthy, that's a big key. He finally figured out how to putt. Ruh-roh.
Somebody learn how to putt.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's closer.
But yeah, Dustin Johnson. I've always liked Dustin Johnson.
Yeah,
I've said
I
it
do too.
before.
Yeah,
I've said it
he's
before
great.
here.
He's-
But anyway, good to see him win. Good to see him finally have success and really finish it out. Because that's always been another one of Dustin Johnson's problem is finishing tournaments. He's always started out well, but he's always choked down the end. So good for him, though. Anyways, though, bitches. And we'll go back to Sean this time. Sean, go ahead. Who's your bitch?
All right, I'm gonna kind of keep it short and simple, as I know it's gonna be down the road a little bit on the rundown. Oakland Raiders. What is going on? Really? John Gruden, his contract. We'll talk about that later. And then I was reading an article a little bit here too. Gruden was saying, "I want Kirk Cousins."
What?
Yeah, I saw that on ESPN.
So they're gonna dump Derek Carr?
Yeah, that's why I saw that. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, what? You have a quarterback. Why would you waste on that? Your contract's already taken up the entire everything anyway.
2 Michigan State quarterbacks?
What?
So I'll keep it short for right now. So, go ahead.
Wow. All right, my bitch this week is the NFL refs. It was so bad you had one of them retire after being embarrassed, and the other one arguably cost the Panthers a shot at a come from behind victory. That bullshit intentional grounding penalty. Oh, he's not outside the pocket. His right tackle is literally on his left. How was he not outside the pocket? It wasn't even that close. He was like 5 yards outside the starting edge of the pocket. Outside the hash. Like,
It's all right, Garth.
Honestly, if the play began on the right hash, he's still outside the pocket. He was in the middle of the damn field.
My bitch this week is UCF. Look, it's cute. You went 13-0. Look, I think that
Play a real schedule.
yeah, you know what?
Join a real conference.
You know what? It's great what you were able to do, but yes, you played your first ranked opponent in your
They
conference
beat Auburn.
in your
No,
conference
They
championship.
beat Auburn.
Look, the Auburn win was justification for UCF to be in that discussion of potentially, you know what, college football playoff.
And honestly, I know they finished, 13th or whatever. They might have had a shot at making it somehow had Bama won the conference title. But as soon as Bama, with only one loss, doesn't win the conference championship, you know damn well they're getting the at-large, like the de facto at-large.
You know what this does too. If they would have put UCF in this spot, then you know what, you set a precedent for yourself if you're college football in the committee. If you let UCF in for playing that garbage schedule that they did, then you've
No
got to
excuse to ever leave anybody else
then
out.
you've got to start considering Troy when they have one loss or undefeated seasons. That's what you have to start doing here if that's the case. Now, the solution to all of this is a
16-team playoff!
16-team playoff.
Yep.
You know what, Dorf?
We've been
You
advocating
guys
for that for
like,
years.
I was gonna say
Before
yeah,
even the 14 playoff, we were
Yeah.
like 16 is the right
Right.
number.
You know what, Dorf? I went and I outlined.
Did we ever
it.
write that big huge piece that we said we were going to do about it like 3 years ago and never did?
No, you guys never did.
Well, I went through this year and I picked the teams that would be in the playoff.
Yeah.
And let me go ahead and bring it up here because it's.
You actually wrote a piece about this?
Well, I didn't. I kind of wrote a piece
I
about it.
saw a little bit of this.
So what was your structure?
Okay.
Guaranteed conference
And
champs
yes,
and 6 at large?
yep. 4 or 5 at larges.
Because I thought there was only
1,
10
2, 3,
conferences.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh,
11.
you give it an independent and at large. Or
Yes,
guaranteed.
yes, independence. Yep, an independent will go.
Okay. All right. That's why. Because there's only 10 conferences. That's
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, that's what it was.
All right.
Okay, so ACC had Clemson, AAC had UCF, so UCF would get in.
Just run. You don't need the conference. Just run. down.
Oklahoma, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Toledo,
Okay.
Boise State, USC, Georgia, Troy, and then FAU. Those would be your automatic
Your automatic bids.
Yep. Now your at-larges would be Alabama, Wisconsin, Miami, Washington, and I put Army in here because they finished with the same record as Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Now, my whole
So UCF is. Yeah.
my whole thing with the at-larges is no conference who is
Can have more than
FBS could have more than one at-large team.
Okay.
So Alabama obviously is the representative of the
SEC,
SEC, Wisconsin, Miami, Washington, Army, so on and so forth. So that is
You did you USC did make it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
yes. And then, I mean, as far as how they play, of course, you're going to go by rankings here, too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a ranking system.
CFP final rankings, and you do a 16-team.
Yes.
Do you reseed after each round?
See, that's where I was kind of conflicted on. I didn't know if I wanted to reseed after every round. However, as far as
Do you play first-round games at home sites?
I didn't come up with that either. The only thing that I came up with something like that, or the only thing that I associated with that is bowl games. And bowl games for that first round, the round of 16, goes to the highest bidder. So some years, if the Holiday Bowl
Once this back up the Brinks truck, they can have the
Yes.
first round.
And, well, that's the thing too is like you're gonna like when it comes to the bracket, the 16-team thing. Like say for example, if you want to try to be at home, do you think they're gonna want to play at home in Ohio State in Ohio?
Tough titties.
I'm saying
Be a higher seed.
But other than that,
That means Wisconsin might have to go to Tuscaloosa one time.
Right.
And you know what? Alabama, in this case, might have to come up here.
yeah.
but you know how this also works out too is is once you get down to the Elite Eight in the Final Four, that's when you start putting into the bowl games, the New Year's Six bowl games, and all of this.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Oh,
where
I
those.
think your New Year's Six is your well, the only thing is you're gonna have to space them differently because of the whole. You gotta have 3 rounds in there, but I think that's how you do it. I think you got a good one there.
But yeah, and then the national championship is still the national championship game.
Right.
So,
You might not be playing it till this coming weekend, though.
but who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who cares? I
They
mean,
ain't
but,
here to play school.
no, but this
Let's
Right,
cut the crap
exactly.
here. They ain't here to
Most
play
of these
school.
guys are already.
but this
getting ready
works,
to play
and this
for the NFL.
is 3 weeks. This is 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
4
month.
weeks.
So it's a month long.
Four-
of
well,
extra
It's
Four-
It's 4 weeks for 2 teams.
Yes. Other than that,
And you know what? You don't need 4 weeks before you play. You can space this out.
Mm-hmm.
You can do 2 weeks. You can have a bye week, postseason bye week. So conference championship week, off week, and then start your first round.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Now you have high-level football the entire month of December.
Yep.
Woohoo!
and you know
would be
what?
fun.
If they still want to have bowl games for teams who become bowl eligible,
Oh
then
yeah,
do
you
it.
still absolutely
Right.
can have it.
then do it. But this and look, there's still going to be some controversy. You're never going to avoid the controversy in college sports.
Someone's always going to get left out.
Somebody's
on the
always going to get left out. It's going to come with the at large. However, at least this puts a little bit more.
You know who you're going to be arguing about though? Instead, it's going to be like, who would you rather take, Oklahoma State or Washington? Like that's going to be
Exactly. That's what it's going to
not
come
going to
down
be.
to.
It's not going to be this year who you would rather take, a conference champion in Ohio State or Alabama who didn't even play for theirs.
Yes, but you see, and that's the biggest thing that I think all of this needs to eliminate is conference
champions getting left out.
Conference champions getting left out. So if you win your conference championship, much like in college basketball, if you win your conference championship, if you win the tournament,
That's not necessarily well. It's up to each conference how they want to award their automatic bid. However, most actually do it for their tournaments.
but that's what
regular
I meant though.
Yeah.
The tournament, and that's kind of what this boils down to is, the
And
tournament.
the conferences can also award it however they want. They can do best record. They can do, however they want, championship game, whatever. They figure it out, but you can only pick one.
I want the conference championship.
What about the conferences that are too small for one?
What a conference! You have to have a conference championship. You have to. That's one of the
That's part of your Adams rules for making this work?
yes. You have to have a conference championship.
Okay. So I don't think the Fun Belt's got enough teams to have an actual conference championship game.
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Because in order to have a conference championship game, you have to have 12, according to NCAA rules.
Figure it out.
Okay.
But again, UCF is in, Ohio State's in, Alabama's in.
So what about how come you're giving an automatic bid to an independent when they don't have a conference championship game? Ooh, stick burn, bro.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Poke a hole in your argument. I would take away the automatic bid for the independent.
Okay.
Join a fucking conference. Commies.
You know what? I can agree with that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's more prone to independence.
Join a fucking conference.
No, I agree. That's why if I'm Big Ten fan, if I'm Michigan State fan, Michigan
You can
fan,
even make a 3-team the Armed Forces Conference. You could even do that.
a 3-team conference.
Yeah. In a conference. Although
The
the only problem is Air Force is actually in a conference.
Yeah, they are. Is it Navy's in a conference too?
No.
They're not?
I don't think they are.
I think they are.
Not in football.
Sean, look it up.
Is Navy in a football conference?
All right, I'll look it up right now.
Pretty sure they're not. So no, Army's not.
Yeah, I don't think Navy is in one. To be
Yeah,
honest.
Air Force is in the Mountain West.
I think they are.
It'd have to be in the ACC.
They're in the American West.
Yeah, they are in the American Athletic Conference.
Oh, they're in the AC?
Yep.
Oh. Wait a minute. The AAC is so they're like with like Louisville and those guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
I don't know. I just God. Can you imagine
Yeah,
the college?
We need to get a button up here with fake news.
Can you imagine that though? The college football Elite Eight, college football Final Four.
Hell, watch for some because of a you don't reseed or whatever. Some crazy. I would even put in the caveat there. The at-larges have to start on the road. Like it's you see.
So this is gonna be like December Madness.
Yeah. So your at-larges have so your bottom 5 seeds there are 6 because we just took away the independent automatic. But so your bottom 6 have to start on the road. So your top because it's 16 teams.
Yes.
Your top 8 so conference champs. So
I say that too. December Madness.
Yeah.
Oh, December Madness.
So your top 8 seeds get a home game.
Okay.
Imagine Navy ends up as a top 8 seed. And Alabama somehow ends up... You could have fucking Alabama going to the Naval Academy for a game in December.
That'd be sweet.
Force Saban's hand to go and
Nick,
play up
guess
north.
what? Some of your guys are going to see snow for the first time and get to play in it. Enjoy finding the ball in that scrum.
Yeah, no kidding. Shit. I don't know. I thought it was... Dorf, you mentioned it before in the past, and
I've been before the 14 playoff was the thing I was advocate
Yeah.
for 16.
You've been talking about it for the past like 3 to 4
3 or
years.
4 years, yeah.
that
I just want to see what it would look like this year if
It's wonderful. And here's the thing with a 16-team playoff, you don't call the first round bowl games.
No.
You can call the next 3 rounds bowl games. You can have your New Year's 6. They're gonna fuck up the whole New Year's 6 thing. They're actually gonna be New Year's games. Your Elite 8 and Final 4 or whatever you want to call it. That's 6 games right there. Make that your New Year's 6. Ta-da! Maintain the rest of the bowl structure. You're gonna have to cut a couple bowls. You're gonna have to cut 4 of them, realistically. You're gonna have to cut 4 bowl games.
It's not gonna hurt much. So you're gonna gain.
So
too much.
what?
Right.
You have more teams in the playoffs, and guess what people will watch?
the playoffs.
Playoff games.
Yep.
And not like the Bahamas Bowl, which is on a Tuesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like December 17th at 4
No,
o'clock in the afternoon.
I think that they would make huge amounts of money.
Oh yeah.
From marketing and so on and so forth.
Oh my,
with it.
yeah.
It'd be amazing.
8 more primetime games?
Yep, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And you could sell that to networks. Hey, we got 8 more primetime games here. How much you guys going to give us for it? And you'll see ABC, you'll see Fox, you'll see NBC sitting here.
Making it rain.
Who do we write the check to?
Yes.
Making it rain. They'll be making it rain with checks instead of dollar bills.
Unless the
How do we get
NCAA
on this topic? UCF, right?
Yes.
Anyways, UCF, shut the fuck up. You play people. Don't be.
What's
calling-
more pathetic, the UCF national championship parade or the Browns undefeated perfect season parade?
The Browns' perfect season
That was
is
pretty
great.
sweet. Yeah.
The UCF is more pathetic.
Is it is UCF's petulant child, and the Browns is more you feel bad for them, so it's
I don't
pity.
feel-
You don't feel bad for
You give
all.
them pity?
for the-
I don't feel bad for them. I think the petulant child thing is is more so just because.
So what if you have only 3 people on a team over 30 and the rest of your like
Well, no,
21-year-old?
The thing with UCF though is what they did. Look, that's great. What
They ran the table.
What they were able to do is run the table, and that's hard in any conference.
But this isn't the pre-World War II era where there were 6 concurrent national champions.
And you guys didn't play anybody. You guys didn't. Yeah, you beat Auburn. You beat Auburn, and you beat a Memphis team at the end of the season in your conference championship.
You beat Memphis, and who did they beat in their bowl game again?
Auburn. They beat.
That
they
was
beat Auburn in the Peach Bowl, and they beat Memphis in
Did
their
they beat Auburn in the regular season too?
No. The only ranked team they played is Memphis.
Oh, all right.
Up until that point, but. Yeah. Anyways, moving along here.
Real quick, I can throw this in there. It's about to be halftime for the national championship game, and the Bulldogs are up 13-0.
Oh!
They just scored with
Georgia.
7 seconds left of the second.
Damn.
Voice.
All right, sports bets for 2018.
Sports ball.
Or predictions, however you want to say it. Just give a yay or nay on this one. Tiger Woods will win at least one tournament in 2018.
Yay.
Nay.
I'm going to go nay as well.
Can we brief explanation why?
Go ahead, yep.
Won't play enough to win, he'll be in the discussion, but will not participate in enough of them for him to end up on the...
Starting with Torrey Pines, though.
I know.
How many times has he won there?
Yeah, how many times has he played competitive golf in the last 3 years?
He's looked halfway decent.
Yeah, in a resort course.
He hits the ball still.
He's playing in the any Trump International courses?
I don't know. Didn't he play golf with Trump?
Yeah, him and...
He did. He played golf with him in Mar-a-Lago, didn't he?
Who did he play with? Was
it Rory?
No, it was
No,
DJ.
It was, Dustin Johnson.
DJ and Tiger and Trump.
Yeah.
I don't like DJ anymore.
All right, next.
So, 2 nays and a yay?
Correct. Are we recording that or no?
We will.
Okay. You can write it down after the fact. Okay.
Yeah, or we listen to it and do it later.
Okay.
Bill Belichick will coach the Giants in 2018. This comes from Mike Sando of ESPN.
Nope.
Nay. Yeah, I say nay as well. Another one from Mike Sando. Tom Brady will be even better in 2018.
Nay.
I'd still see it. 40-plus-year-old quarterback. Come on, people.
Laws of nature say no way.
Huh?
Laws of nature say no way.
Oh, absolutely. And his justification for it was he's going to have better receivers available to him throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Julian Edelman's going to be coming back, and Brandon Cooks for an entire,
You've got something playing in the background right now.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you still have the what you call it? Yeah, that one.
I don't hear anything.
There it is.
It's gone. Okay. Anyways, LeBron James will leave the Cavaliers this offseason.
This offseason?
True.
Yeah, I could believe it. Yeah.
Decision 2.0.
I'm going true as well. Do you want to add a little extra point here to say where he's going to go?
I'm going to say L.A.
Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers.
Okay. It's tough.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think he's going to the Lakers.
I think he could maybe land in
New York Knicks.
I don't think he's crazy enough to go to the New York Knicks. I really don't.
I think maybe Houston.
Houston's already established.
Don't need him.
Or what if?
They'll make room for. LeBron.
Obviously.
Or what if you think it's maybe here go to
back to Miami?
No, not Miami. You think real quick.
Orlando.
Thunder.
No.
So they can compete with the Warriors.
No, I don't think so. It's not bad. I don't think that's it.
I'd have to get more time to think about that.
You know the rumor that I've been hearing?
What's up?
Philadelphia.
You know what?
Wouldn't be
It's not ridiculous. The whole reason I was trying to come up with a team in Florida or Los Angeles or something like that is the whole culture aspect, or New York.
Mm-hmm.
He's so much bigger than just basketball. He already owns property in Los Angeles. I'm sure he can.
What if
got
you
property in New York?
What if he went to Chicago?
No, not good enough.
He's go there. He's like, I'm better than Jordan.
If look, the last time that they did the decision, I would say Chicago's probably where he should have gone, but not
Not now.
No.
They're garbage. Philadelphia's good already, and look out with LeBron.
Yeah.
And they can afford it, too, because all that young talent doesn't cost anything for a couple more years.
Yep. They can offer him a lot of money. And could be the final piece, potentially. Anyways.
Run off a couple there before the Embiid and Simmons get expensive.
Yep.
What the fuck are you going to do with Dario Saric? God, man, they already got too many forwards.
That's what happens when you suck for as long as you do.
Suck for a decade, yeah.
Toronto Raptors will finish with the best record in the East. This cut came from Brett Cormanos of Real GM.
Nay.
A weak nay?
Yeah, I can't see it happening still. And they'll be up there. I think they'll be...
Oh, yeah, they'll be in the top
Their
three
division
for sure.
is so weak.
I just don't see it happening yet. I'm going to say nay on that one.
Nay as well.
Shohei Ohtani will live up to the hype and become the AL's best two-way player in decades. This came from Ben Nicholson-Smith of Sportsnet.
Nay.
Nay.
I'm going to go with nay as well.
I think he'll be allowed to hit at the beginning of the year, realize that he's out of his league in the hitting department. Yeah. But will be a dominant pitcher right away.
Okay.
I honestly, I think he'll hit for the first half of the season, and then that'll be it. Now, he may get some pinch hitting appearances like Madison Bumgarner does from time to time, but that'll be it.
You said nay as well, Sean?
Yeah.
I'm going nay too. It's not...
Yeah.
That's not how baseball is nowadays.
No.
Especially
the
considering...
thing is like, where's he going to hit?
Especially considering you already have a full-type DH. You can't hide him there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to put your fucking ace pitcher... by the way, you haven't invested anything in, so you know what, if he breaks himself in half, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to put him in right field. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're not going to do it. And by the way, that would be benching Cole Calhoun, which you're not going to do. You're not going to do that.
Right.
This one's interesting. Astros, Dodgers, Indians, Cubs, Nationals, Yankees, and Red Sox. 2 of these teams will miss the playoffs. Yay or nay?
Nay.
This comes from Alex Putterman of The Comeback.
Yay.
Yay. Extra point. Which 2 teams?
Indians, Cubs.
Indians, Cubs both missed the playoffs.
No.
How does the Indians make...
Indians, Red Sox. Indians, Red Sox.
How do you
Indians,
think
Red
the
Sox.
Indians are going to in that division?
White Sox?
In
Minnesota?
I still think...
I think Minnesota.
I still think the White... I mean,
Here's
the White
the thing.
Sox have at least another year.
What have the
before
Indians done? Well, no one's done anything this offseason, but the Indians have gotten worse. They've lost Carlos Santana. Pitching's a year older. And you know what? Their farm system's empty.
Yep, they don't have anybody coming up to the farm anymore.
They have nobody coming up through the farm.
I think they have
Michael Brantley is still hurt.
I think they have a bottom 10
Michael
farm
Brantley
system
needs
now.
to just retire.
Yeah. They're continuing to get nothing out of the catching position offensively. As you saw, Jose Ramirez kind of plateaued. And oh, by the way, they're probably going to deal Jason Kipnis.
You know what? I'm going to piggyback off of Dorf here.
Really?
I'm going to say that, yep.
I can see the Cubs, yes.
Indians and Cubs, because you know what? I think Joe Madden has become too mad scientist. And stop overthinking it, Joe.
No, I'm going Indians, Red Sox.
Really?
I'm going to go Red Sox too, but
Well, the Red Sox
the
pitching
Cubs are
is what...
in the discussion as well.
What?
I think the Red Sox pitching is what's going to hurt them.
Oh, God, they've got nothing.
I know.
Which is scary because you get 2 former Cy Young Award winners in your rotation.
You know, you always see happen too. You always see Tampa Bay making some type of headway, making life miserable for teams in that
the
division.
ALs, yeah.
You always do. And I think that's going to come back to bite the Red Sox. I think, like you said, Sean, the pitching is going to come back to bite them.
Well, you know what? This
And
could
then
all
having
be
to- and then
thrown
having
up in the air depending on what happens to Manny Machado too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because he very well could end up on
The Yankees.
the Yankees.
And there's rumor
the
talks
Cubs.
too with Chris Archer in Tampa. You know, who knows where he's going to land? You know, the teams that need pitching, they're going to go after somebody like that.
I don't
see Chris Archer moving before the season.
No, neither do I.
He
But
would
you
have
know
done
what?
it already if he was going to.
The Machado thing, though, the Yankees look like they're about ready to go all in.
Yeah, I know.
On Machado. Looks like they're about ready to offer Baltimore a shit ton for him. Now, Baltimore could want something that is just totally ridiculous, in which case they never really had any intention of trading him anyway. Just said, hey.
Cubs want to do it too, and they're willing to give Addison Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Reportedly.
All right. Vegas Golden Knights will win a playoff round. This came from Luke Fox of Sportsnet, which is pretty bold considering Vegas is a expansion
It says
team.
will win a playoff round this year, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Nay for this
Yay.
year. You think so? I say a nay for this year.
I'm going to say nay. They're going to definitely make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They may go 7 games. I think ultimately, though, they don't come out on top.
I think they will win they will advance out of the first round, but that's as far as they make it.
And then finally, Yami.
Saying that full of confidence, having not watched a single one of their games this year.
And then Jaromir Jagr will retire at the end of the season. This came from Greg Wyshynski of ESPN.
He's been around for a long. How long has he been around for?
He's
forever.
How old is he?
He was drafted in 1991.
Right, I know. I'm saying I've heard his name for a long time.
Wasn't he? It's 91 or 92, wasn't it?
Jaromir Jagr is 45 years old.
Oh my gosh.
He was drafted. He was born in 72.
How did he do last year?
Last year
was 25 goals, didn't he?
Last year is pretty good. This year, though, he is showing his age.
Is he?
Yes.
I'm gonna say nay. I think because how bad he's doing
Hang on.
this year.
Before you define retire, means he files papers or he's not on somebody's roster?
Files papers.
Nay.
Nay.
Don't think he files papers, but he won't be on somebody's team.
He wants to go out with a bang.
I don't think he'll be on somebody's team, but he won't file papers.
Thing is no. I don't think a team that is in contention is going to sign a guy like Jaromir Jagr. I just don't think it happens. I'm going to go ahead and say yay. He is going to retire at the end of the season, file the paperwork, and that's going to be it.
9 yards. Okay.
He is drafted in 1990.
He's drafted before he was born.
Yeah. 5th overall pick by the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Guys, I was born when's the hockey draft again? What month? May?
I think it's in June.
Yeah,
in June. Okay, so he was drafted 10 months before I was born.
God damn it, he is.
That's 27 years ago.
Teams that he's played on: Pittsburgh for 11 years, Capitals 3 years, Rangers 4 years. He went overseas to play.
That was during the lockout, wasn't he? He played in the KHL during the lockout.
No, he left because he didn't get the contract he liked, I believe.
Oh, that's true.
Played over there for 9, 10, 11. For 3 years. Bruins, Flyers, and Stars from 2011 to 2013. Devils 2013 to 2015. Panthers 2015 to 2017. And the Calgary Flames 2017 to present. So, wow.
Damn.
Anyways, that's it for that. Stupid shit of the week. We just had to touch on this. The Raiders signing John Gruden to how much for how long?
10 and 100.
10 and 100.
That's just
the Raiders for how much? As much things change, the more they stay the same with the Oakland Raiders. This is absolutely ridiculous.
It's asinine.
You're giving a coach.
You don't give quarterbacks $100 million guaranteed.
Well, this is the thing. They are giving a coach that amount of money who has been out of the league for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. The last time John Gruden
by the way,
coached,
isn't John Gruden below 500 as a coach? Yes, he has a Super Bowl win. But isn't his overall record below 500?
I'll find that out. John Gruden's overall coaching record, head coaching record, no.
What's he at?
He's 185.
So
he has 100 wins and 85 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's not too bad.
It's not horrendous.
Yeah.
In postseason, he's 5-4.
Okay, it's not horrendous.
But still, you are giving that much of money to a coach who's
been in the broadcast booth for 10 years.
Yes.
Where have we seen this movie before?
I don't know, where have we seen it?
His name's Matt Millen.
Oh, he wasn't a coach.
Well, he's in the broadcast booth for a decade.
He's in the broadcast booth, yes. I was looking at this from the other standpoint of longevity of NFL coaches. You know, long NFL coaches
usually make it.
Typically,
isn't it 5?
Yeah.
Average coach is 4 years.
I say 3.5.
4.25. 4.25 years.
And you know what? I have a theory. They never intend on him coaching for 10 years. If it happens to work out that way, it's fine. Instead of giving him an actual ownership stake, which can't be revoked like he wanted, it's here's the amount of money that you expected to earn in the rest of your life from this ownership stake. We're just going to give you a salary instead of a stake. You know, we don't plan on having you coach that long, and you know what? If you don't, so what? Sunk cost.
Fair enough.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. It's crazy.
Okay, that's not the theory that I endorse. That's just a possible rationalization that I came up with.
No, you know what? If that's the case, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I still don't do it. I don't approach John Gruden at all, to tell you the truth. I don't. He's just
Especially if he wants Kirk Cousins, he's gonna
out of the game too
make
long.
Derek Carr go
Out of the game way too long. Fan question: Who's
But
worse?
remember, it's what we call the turkey hole. Remember, everybody's a Pro Bowler too.
Yep, that's true. Who's worse? Cleveland, Lions, go.
Lions.
Like I said in the pre-show, this was before we were on here. Lions had a inept coaching staff, inept front office, and no talent.
Yeah,
The Browns have talent, at least defensively. They've got defensive talent, inept coaching, inept front office. So they at least have that going for them.
Head to head, though, who wins one game between the two?
Head to head, one round.
Well, with the same players,
Yes.
Lions. Because all you have to do is throw it up to Calvin.
But John Kitna, though.
No, at the time, well,
Was it Mike McMahon?
No,
it was.
Culpepper.
You started off with John Kitna, then went to Culpepper, and then you went to Orlowski. At least it doesn't matter who you are. If you can throw it up to Calvin, you can throw the ball up, and Calvin's going to catch it. That's the thing.
I'm going to go Browns.
And at this time, you could argue that you had a.
Wasn't this Calvin's rookie year?
He was 23. So you could
Might have been his rookie year.
Yeah, and then you had a young Kevin Smith.
No, he was only a 3-year player, Georgia. He wasn't that old.
You had a young Kevin Smith who actually was good at that time.
Kevin Smith sucked.
Yeah, he had almost 1,000 yards in that year. I think was that his rookie year?
At that time, that was no big deal.
Hey, you know what? As long as you've been watching the Lions
Sean's
play,
loves himself some Kevin Smith tonight.
I am. But
not the movie director.
Other than Kevin Smith and Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, are you confused with the movie director?
Wait, yeah, I am.
The comic dork?
Yeah. But no, other than Kevin Smith and Calvin Johnson, there's literally...
I don't think any Lions players have been in Clerks.
You had a declining skeleton of Rory Williams.
Hey, Matt Millen, the one good thing he can say, he hoodwinked Jerry Jones into a first, third, and a fifth for him.
That's true.
For Roy Williams?
For Roy Williams. It was Roy Williams and a fifth for a swap of fifths and a 1 and a 3.
Calvin was drafted in 2007.
Which, by the way, they turned it into Brandon Pettigrew and DeAndre Levy, if I remember correctly.
You had leading tacklers on, it was Ernie Sims and Harrison Lennon.
I had such high hopes for Ernie Sims.
Ernie Sims was uber talented. It's just, you know what? Honestly, Ernie Sims fits so much better in today's game than when he did then. Because remember, he was only like 225 pounds. More of that, coverage linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
He was a man, 5 years too early. It would have been 5 years later. I think he would have been a very dynamite player, possibly still playing.
Your leading sack was Dwayne White with 6.5. And then Cliff Averill after that with 5.
Oh, by the way, Cliff Avrill's top 8 in active career sacks.
Yeah, no.
Poor Cliff Averill. He's gonna have to retire too because his neck's all fucked up.
Yeah, I heard about that. That sucks. That sucks.
He still had some good football left in him too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty sad.
But we had Jason Hansen.
God.
Only the Lions celebrate kickers.
You can have him kick all day.
And Eastern Michigan for a time.
Eastern Michigan. Oh
Yeah.
What was that? 2011. Their big hype poster or whatever. They put the punter on it.
Yeah. It was the punter or the kicker, one of the two. I can't remember.
On the promotional posters, the punter.
Yeah, hanging from the rec center. I remember that.
No, the student center. Yeah, hanging from the student center was the punter.
Anyways, anything else you guys tonight?
Ron English. Those are the days.
I think this was before Ron English.
Well, I know during the Ron English tenure, there was a punter on the wall at one point. It might have also happened before, too. Remember, your athletic director, who probably spurred that on, is now the head man at Ohio State, so look out. Gene Smith.
Hey, they just got
went from EMU to Ohio State.
Hey, I mean, you just got that former 4-star prospect, too. from Iowa.
Grad transfer from Iowa.
Yep.
Hasn't played at all in 5 years or 4 years.
Barely, but
Whoop-de-doo.
hey, whatever.
Because, Roback, their quarterback now going out, was a 4-star prospect, too.
Hey.
He never developed into anything.
Yeah, but whatever. It's Eastern, so.
Hey, they made a bowl game finally.
That's going to do it this week, everybody, for the Majors Live, episode 308 here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. Couldn't get to the news tonight. Kind of ran out of time, but go ahead and check out our website
We
for the
only should
rundown
have
on
ended
that.
an hour and 10 minutes ago.
Yep. Anyways, catch us again next week on our new time, Monday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Majors.net. So for Dorf, Shawn, I am Adam. Bye for now, everybody.